Hi, guys, and happy Thursday morning. It's Roseann White from Live Fit and Lifepro to talk to you about ways to recover from jet lag using your Lifepro Vibration Platform. Good morning, everybody. It is what time is it? It's 10:30 here in Ohio. Yeah, I'm just kind of a little confused by time because I flew here yesterday from Arizona, and I normally do my Wednesday workouts, but because of the travel schedule, I wasn't able to do it. However, how appropriate that I can do this live today with you guys talking about recovering from jet lag because this sister is recovering from jet lag. So welcome everybody. It's Thursday morning. I guess there was a fire. There's fires up in Canada, so it's very gray out here, even though it's bright. It's gray, and I'll tell you, after leaving sunny, hot Arizona, changing into a different climate, plus two airplanes to get to Ohio, I had a little bit of jet lag, and I knew that would happen. So I thought I would share with you some things about jet lag and how to recover using a vibration platform. I'm here visiting my one of my best friends, Stephanie, and she's got one of the Life Pro vibration platforms. She's got the Waver Mini, and I love being able to come here knowing that I've got a vibration platform at my disposal for whatever needs I have. Um, there's a lot of symptoms that we get when we with jet lag if you're traveling, whether it's a short flight, within the country, or the intercontinental, or out of the country, and I hear it all the time from my clients. I have clients that travel all around the world, and there are different tips and tricks on how they handle major time zones. I'm in a 3 hour time zone change. So I left Arizona at 5 a.m. and got to Ohio at 3 p.m., which was noon in my body. So, just all across the board. But some of the main symptoms of jet lag are difficulty sleeping at bedtime or waking up in the morning, tiredness and exhaustion, uh, staying awake during the day, or just poor sleep quality, concentration and memory problems. I mean, that seems pretty typical because we're just a little scattered. And other symptoms that happen are our lymph system gets a little clogged up. Because of traveling, we tend to feel more swollen and bloated. And this is where our vibration platform can really help stimulate the lymph system. I've got, when I know I'm traveling, a couple things, and I don't travel that much like I used to, but I know it's very important that we hydrate, stay hydrated. I hear clients tell me, well, I don't like to drink a lot of water because I don't want to have to get up and down to go to the bathroom. You absolutely want to drink water because you want to get up if your flight is a long flight. My first flight was over 3 hours. You want to get at least every 30 minutes to walk around to get the fluids moving in your body, and you want to eliminate any of these toxins that are building up. So definitely hydrate. Avoid caffeine, avoid alcohol. When that cart comes around, instead of another cocktail, definitely grab some water. Um, if you're sleeping at if you're traveling at nighttime, try to sleep when you're traveling. If it is nighttime, try to pretend like you are in your bed, even though it's not that easy, and try to sleep. Use an eye mask if you need to. I know we can't take it on the plane, but the Oculux is a really well. Maybe you could take it on the plane, but our Oculux mask from Life Pro is really wonderful. If that is something that works for you to help you to calm yourself down there, but like anything, it's learning to be prepared. Be prepared in if you're taking a trip on how your body responds. When I got here, because of that time change, I felt really tired, and so I got on the vibration platform. And I'm going to share with you some things that I have done. So, without further ado, let's talk a little bit about that. I'm going to show you things that I like to do on the plane, albeit we don't have a vibration platform when we're on the plane, but things that you might want to do in your seat, and then things we'll do actually using the vibration platform. So if you have any questions along the way, please don't hesitate to hit me up. I'm happy to share any information I have, but let me know if you where you're tuning in from. If you're watching this live, this will be recorded, of course, and available on YouTube. Let me know how you use your vibration platform. What kind of tips that you guys have that you can share with us on how to avoid jet lag and how you recover, how you prepare and recover from travel. I used to live in both states, Ohio and Arizona. I traveled a lot back and forth, and I finally moved to Arizona full time. And it's nice to come back home, but boy, I keep forgetting how long that flight is. So I'm going to be sitting here right now. I don't have my vibration platform on, but I'm going to show you about 4 things I like to do when I'm sitting in a plane. Okay. Now, hopefully you're not one of those unlucky ones that get a middle seat, but if you are, you are. Or if you're squished onto the window side, you might like the window side, but it's pretty squishy. I like the aisle seat purposely because of my hips, but that I don't always get that opportunity or luxury. But one thing I want you to really focus on doing is rolling your ankles. I like to hold on to my thigh and just rotate the ankle about 30 times in one direction and 30 times in the other direction. I'm not going to do all 30 reps, but I have timed this, guys, and it takes literally 1 minute per ankle to do the ankle rolls. And that definitely will help with resetting and moving fluid through the ankle and up the calf. The next thing I'd like to do while I'm sitting in my seat is do what I call seesaws, pointing and flexing. Now we can do these same things when the vibration platform is happening, but when you're in your plane seat, pointing and flexing. Again, just moving the calves, trying to move some of that fluid that if you tend to get swollen in the ankles, this is very helpful. And then the next thing I like to do is just extend the leg out if it's possible. Extend your leg out or open and close your knees. Now you might not have a lot of room here, but a lot of our lymph sets in our groin area. So if I can either squeeze up and down, little pulses, little pumps, trying to push that lymphatic fluid through, or open and close, maybe both knees. And you do this periodically. You don't have to do it a lot, but you just want to keep moving. The next thing I like to do, I'm work my way up. I'll take a rotational twist. Again, I'm working through trying to get into the armpit area, just rotating one way and then rotating the other way. Just little squeezes. I'm working into my internal organs of twisting, digestion, and elimination here, right? So I've got compression in the groin, and I'm doing these little rotational twists to help work in the digestive system. Some people tend to have really digestive problems traveling too. Face it, some of this airport food is not that great, right? And then we're going to roll the shoulders, nice big shoulder rolls in one direction. Breathing in, breathing out, get that fresh oxygen in, stale air out. And then the last thing I like to do, actually 2 things, is I'll do very concentrated head nods. Big chin nod to the chest, pulling the chin in, let the eyes go to the sky. Big yeses and big no's. Up. And then turning to one side and to the other side. So you take your time. You have plenty of time. You're on the plane, right? There's not a lot going on. So take your time to really find your full range of motion on these. And then finally shrugging up and shrugging down. So these are things you can do in your seat besides keeping hydrated, walking the aisles a little bit, just getting up and down. But now let's talk about how you can get more circulation using the vibration platform. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I get off the plane, the last thing I'm thinking about doing is exercising, truly, right? I'm like kind of exhausted. I'm all cramped up, although I know my body needs to move. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start my platform. And I'm going to keep my speed, because this is the Waiver Mini, I'm going to keep it about 40. Okay, not heavy duty, but enough. And I'm going to do some of the same things. I'm going to go ahead and drop my heel. So I've got the ball of my foot, okay? And I'm going to come up and down. One foot is on the platform, one is up and down. I'm trying to stretch my ankles out a little bit here, okay? I'll do one side, And then I'll do the other side. Just trying to stretch and get some movement into the ankles since they've been pretty stagnant from sitting. And then I'll do an ankle roll, literally rolling my toes, feeling all 5 toes. Now you can see what happens in my knee. I'm getting that movement up to the groin and then reversing that circle. If you have a tennis ball handy, I don't happen to have one, you might want to push your sole, the bottom of your foot into the tennis ball while you're doing this. Other side, rolling through from big toe to little toe. And maybe about 5 to 8 reps each way, and then the other direction. Just letting that vibration come up. Then I'm going to open my feet up, and then I'm going to slide down and roll down, and just let my hands and shoulders. If you don't reach all the way, get your fingertips and let your vibration come up. Drop the chin. Breathe a bit here. I tend to have really, really stiff back from flying. I actually put one of the neck pillows behind my lower back rather than my neck. I put it behind the lower back. The plane seats were designed for impact, right? But that big curve, I like to kind of give myself more neutral spine. And then we're going to go ahead and you can set your elbows on your thighs if that's more comfortable for you to get the circulation all the way up from elbows to shoulders. And then look to the left and look to the right. Drop the head down to the chin, or chin down to the chest. And then gazing up gently, chin to the chest. And then up. And do that again. Exhale. So the main lymphatic points that we're going to talk about today, and then I'm going to show you a few other things. We're going to talk about behind the knees, the groin, the armpits, and the neck and shoulders. So I'm going to remove the chair. And then you can do this lying down. I'm going to just sit here, and I'm going to put my calves on the vibration platform. Lean on back. Again, you could lay down. I'm going to stay up for it's more comfortable for me, and I don't have a lot of room. My hands are my fingertips are pointing toward me, and my elbows are bent, so I'm not in my neck and shoulders. And I'm going to do those ankle circles again. Okay, when I'm doing these ankle circles, toes in, apart, and around, the thighs are actually turning into the hip sockets. Now you can certainly just relax those calves on the vibration platform, but motion is lotion, right? And as Amber says, movement is medicine. So the more I can move in this 10 minutes on my platform or so, the better I am off. Okay. So I've done ankle circles in both directions. And then I'm going to go ahead, and I have a blanket handy. I'm going to take this blanket, and I'm going to move my platform a little bit, because I want to go ahead and work into my lower back area. Again, this is a problem area for me. So my elbows are on the platform, and I'm just pressing my belly button into the spine and letting my back get a nice little massage here. You can straighten the legs out if you want. I'm actually lucky to have this dresser here. I can push my feet into the dresser and let the pressure of my thighs go into my hip sockets and just get a little bit. And then I'm going to work my way down my spine. Now, if it's in your head, hold your head. If it feels too uncomfortable to keep your head free. And I'm going to roll a little bit left and right here. I'm going to work up my spine a bit. Breathing in and breathing out, just working each side of the spine. And now the tips of my shoulder blades, I'm going to wiggle down a little bit more so the tips of the shoulder blades are actually anchored onto the platform here. Now this is where I'll go a little deeper. I'm going to roll to one side and work into my armpit. You can hear my voice is really rattling on this. I'm going to support my head just a bit and kind of work it. Or if it feels better for you, just stretch your arm out. Again, it's all about what feels good for you. Just rolling into that lymphatic point of the armpit here. Breathing in, breathing out. And then I'm going to roll to the other side. Get right under the armpit area. You can support the head as you roll in and out. Both hands can be on the head, or one arm can be extended. Can't tell you how wonderful this feels. And then I'm going to work my way down, again, supporting the head. I'm getting across the shoulder blades. I'm not actually going to be on my neck, okay? I don't want to really be there, but I want to be right across the shoulder blades, and I'll roll a little bit side to side there. By me holding my head, I'm still getting vibration, but it's safer for my spine. Just a few moments there, and then we're going to turn it around. Now, the groin area is a really important area as well. So what I want to do is I'm going to lay on my belly, on my hip bones, okay? Rolling from, once I'm there, I've got one hip bone I'm rolling into, then the other. If you want to bend your knees, you're welcome to do so. If that's comfortable for you, and roll from one side to the other. Pressing down in the forearms for support. And then once you've evened out left and right there, we're going to go ahead and kind of straddle this. And this is where I'm going to take one thigh bone, one hip bone onto the platform. The other one's off. I'm just going to really work into that left hip area first. I don't say any of these places too long, just enough to get some movement in them. And then I'll go crawl over to the other side and hit that other one. From hip bone and thigh are supported. Then once I've completed that, I'm going to sit on the platform. Now, I always love a little padding. You're welcome to take the padding off or the blanket off. I do like a little padding under this, and I'll sit here, and I'm going to go into a diamond-shaped pose. Supta Baddha Konasana is our yoga term, and I'll continue to pump that lymphatic fluid into the groin, opening and closing, exhaling and inhaling. Keeping the knees open, taking my twist, just like I did on the plane, but I have more room here, rolling the shoulder back, and then pressing down into the platform to get length, rolling the shoulder back. Look over your shoulder. And then reverse that, other side, pressing down, fingertips down, rolling the shoulder, looking over the shoulder. And then come back to center. Now you can separate your legs and just fold forward, drop your head and shoulders, and let the lower back release a bit more here. Stack up the spine again, straighten the legs out, point and flex the toes, press down on the hands to lift the chest. I'm going to go ahead and do one more back bend. Some people prefer more forward folds. Some people are better in a back bend pose. My body likes back bends more. Listen to what your body likes, okay? All exercises and all movements are not made for all bodies. So you've got to listen to what feels good for you. I think that's the true language of the core is feeling. So I'm going to bend my knees and I'm going to support my head. My head again is not touching the platform, but I'm going to let that vibration work from my lumbar, right my waistband, all the way up. My elbows I'll open and close again, pumping fluid through. Just trying to get all that lymph fluid to naturally move, chin to chest, and then back up. So the platform now has shut off, so I'll let my head rest. Any kind of back bend poses we find are very invigorating poses. So once the machine is off for you, you can rest your head. If you have an extra pillow, maybe put it behind, and stay in this back bend, supported back bend pose for up to 3 to 5 minutes. Again, once the machine is shut off. So you stay in this posture, the head is supported I'll wiggle a little bit. I'll let my arms open up wide. And let's take a couple breaths, relaxing the legs. You don't have to hold anything right now. You want to let all that movement from the vibration platform just kind of work its magic through from your center, your core, down your limbs to your toes, down from the left arm to the fingertips, the right arm to the fingertips. Head and shoulders are relaxed. Eyes are closed. And you'll hang out in this posture for once your machine is off for at least 3 to 5 minutes. Once you're complete with those 3 to 5 minutes, slowly lift your head up. Get some of that blood back into your head, rolling to your side, and come up. So there are many other exercises you can do to help with jet lag. I was more focused on your stretches today. I felt like that was more of the message I wanted to share with you. Is it's about just getting movement opening up. As I had mentioned earlier in our live here, that when we travel, we tend to kind of retain a lot of fluid and we feel very bloaty and very uncomfortable. And because I want you to be hydrating a lot and moving fluid through, the platform is going to be your go-to. So if you are visiting friends and loved ones and you're not sure what to give someone for a gift for the holidays, make sure your friends and family have a vibration platform at their location. I sent Stephanie for her 40th birthday, sent her a vibration platform. And there was a little method to my madness because I knew that I'd be coming and visiting her every year. So it's here for me as well as her. So I'm just kind of sharing a little bit of a strategy that the Waiver Mini is one of the most affordable of the platforms that Lifepro offers right now. And all Lifepro products, they come with a lifetime warranty besides our amazing Life Group VIP Facebook page and all the support from the community. Between myself, Amber, and Debbie, we're here to help you guys. So if you have any questions or concerns, please, if you're not getting answers that you need from customer service, hit us up. Maybe we can help you. But customer service is amazing and they are there to help you as well. So we all are a family here on Lifepro. Our whole point is to help you guys to really feel your best all the time. My mantra is to live fit and age well. And the way I do that is by using Lifepro products. The vibration platform has been a game changer for me and my clients. I use it with every session. Somehow they are on a vibration platform for at least 5 to 10 minutes in their session, whether it's actually exercising or stretching or just standing there. Their warm-up is a vibration platform. Other things I failed right now to talk about was just standing on the vibration platform. Get home, get off the plane, get on your platform, just stand there. Just stand there for a few minutes and do those shoulder rolls and neck rolls. But the main thing is, if you're, again, like me or any other people, fighting jet lag is tough. And more caffeine isn't going to be the answer. The best workouts really are one that can combine some movements to get you to cut the jet lag in half. Obviously, sleep quality is important. And then when you go through time zone changes like I have, I'm like my Arizona body and my Ohio body, they're trying to come together. But once you've recovered a bit, you've come home and you've done your vibration, then go ahead and do a 30 to 45 minute of high intensity interval training. And just what I mean by that, and I've shared this on many of our lives, is you work hard for about 30 seconds. Maybe you do burpees or some kind of a very high intensity aerobic activity, 30 seconds on the treadmill, and then spend 45 seconds just doing things like arm pumps or shoulder presses with or without weights or with resistance bands. And then repeat again, 30 seconds high intensity and 45 seconds to a minute of just movements. And that's going to really help you not only to keep the blood moving, but to increase your recovery from your jet lag. get your heart rate up and then calm things down. It's just the best. It's just great training overall, but especially when you're trying to fight jet lag. So, guys, I just wanted to pop on this morning to share some of my tips and tricks on how I recover from jet lag. I'll be heading back home Tuesday. And I'll get right back on my platform and do these same kind of stretches. But please join me on Wednesday. Amber is launching a new product tomorrow. Hope you'll stay tuned for that. And I will be sharing my workout on that new product. I don't know if I'm allowed to say what it is, but no, I guess I can because it's already there. We're launching the Pacer Mini. It's a portable treadmill. It's so awesome, guys. I've been working on it. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to show you a couple workouts that I like to do on my Pacer Mini. Amber will be launching that tomorrow. So stay tuned. They might be giving a few of them away. Who knows? Lifepro is pretty generous like that. But I hope you have an amazing day. I'm going to go hang out with my girlfriend now. I think we might even go just do a little yoga or something fun. But have a great day, guys. Stay well, live fit, and age well. Bye for now.